Next up here at 11, in our Unsolved Florida series, we've been highlighting cold cases where families are still looking for closure. And tonight, one family has the answer to the question that has haunted them for 31 years. What happened to their dad when he disappeared on the day after Thanksgiving? Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis shows us how Clearwater police were able to solve this case after 3 decades.
People come to the water for all kinds of reasons, to watch the waves, to feel peace, or find clarity. No one knows what brought this man to the shores of Clearwater Beach in 1993, but on November 29th, the body of a 60 to 80-year-old man was discovered in the water. Investigators later found clothes near a lifeguard tower.
The clothes, as described, were neatly folded on the sand. That's not usually consistent with a criminal act.
But without identification, the man became known as Pinellas County John Doe 1993 and remained that way for the next 31 years. Until this woman, Casey Conley in Illinois, was searching through a database for missing and unidentified people.
There was just something about the photo. I knew that somebody was missing him.
Conley co-founded the organization Moxie Forensic Investigations, a nonprofit made up of volunteers who use genetic genealogy to help solve cold cases. Last June, she reached out to Clearwater Police about the case, and the medical examiner's office had bone dust from the John Doe case that could be sent off for DNA testing.
It was a really small little vial of DNA that was able to produce the results.
Police got the results back, and the genealogist got to work tracing family lineage to the 1700s in England. Over a few months, they worked out a possible identity of Edmund Eric Gleed, 84 years old, from Fairfax, Virginia. They found Edmund Gleed's son, now 94 years old, living in North Carolina, and called to tell him they may have found his dad.
It was heart-wrenching to speak with him and just hear the emotion. Even though it was so long ago, that emotion is so raw still. Mr. Gleed was wondering for every single day for the last 30 years, is my dad hungry? Is he cold?
And after getting the son's DNA, Clearwater detectives were able to call him on Monday and deliver the news he waited 31 years for.
This is huge, and you think about it, the son is now in his 90s, and you were able to provide, after 3 decades of closure, based on a little vial of DNA.
They learned Gleed was possibly suffering from early stages of dementia when he left his home in Fairfax, Virginia, the day after Thanksgiving in 1993 and never returned. His son filed a missing persons report there and searched for his father for years. They had no idea that 1,000 miles away in Florida, his dad's body had been found 2 days after he had left home.
That Edmund Gleed was a good provider. He was a hat manufacturer, and he worked up until the day he couldn't. He was a good father. He was a good grandfather.
There are pieces of Edmund's story investigators can never know, like how he got to Florida. But this is certain: a name has been returned to a John Doe, and a father has been returned to a son. In Clearwater, Genevieve Curtis, Fox 13 News.